All right, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakha Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teaches word in our true faith and sincerity. And today, pretty much, I just want to tie this lesson, the only outlet, which is Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, through Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. See, we come to a time, it's nothing carnal, you can do to keep your head above water, man. Only thing and only hope we have is to trust in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, and it's by the way of believing and report, trusting in the doctrine. Because ultimately, it's going to come down to, the scriptures to come in mind and keep us from these things. And in that's where the hope lies, man. Because the Lord have promised a great famine to befall America. You have people that's actually hipped on to that famine coming, a food shortage, and their hope, their outlet is to get more beans, more rice, the non-perishable items of that nature. But that's not going to do it, man. Oh, it tells you that it's going to be men invading one another for the lack of bread, coming in their house, taking their goods. Because your next door neighbor know you stuck. You know what I mean? He probably knew you been gathering beans for the last couple months or a year. And this is the time to strike or whatever. Ultimately, at the end of the day, that's not going to help dealing with weaponry, your guns and shit. That's not going to help. They can jam. You can run out of bullets. So all these things that's aid to man in this earthly realm is not going to do it, man. Because this judgment is going to come from on high. The plagues is going to come from on high. So, of course, the deliverance is going to have to be from on high, man. Which is the only outlet, which is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So let's start off with this in the book of Psalms. Chapter 121, verse 1. It reads, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? See? So the help is going to come from on high. And we know King David was just a Psalm of David. Pretty much, he's known as a mighty warrior. He was, even though the women, concerning the body count, pretty much of King David. They said Saul had slain his thousands, and King David his tens of thousands. But as you can see, his prayer is concerning that help to come from on high. Because it tells you that when you read Psalms 124, it tells you if it had not been the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, who was on our side, then those, when that wrath was kindled against us, they will be swallowed up, man. Because during the time of Jacob's trouble, it tells you it's not going to be a time like it, man. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick in the book of Daniel. Because, Yahweh Shema Shai going to have to intervene when this devil come down, man. Esau and his blessing was the sword. And we in a time where he has perfected that. Well, to the climax of it, these nuclear missiles. But even in that, this man have, these different drones. He have mechanical dogs and shit of that nature. These different robots, killer robots. A damn chopper is not going to save you in that day. This plan, niggas pre-planned Jacob's trouble like they got a formula. It's not going to work, man. It's the book of Daniel. So like it. Let's get it real quick. Daniel chapter 12. Daniel 12 verse 1. It reads, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince will stand up for the children of thy people. See, so we're going to get to the point. You're going to have the angels to be involved. You're going to have the angels to be involved to intervene in men's affairs, man. such as Michael the archangel, you know, to deliver us from these things, man. Oh, it tells the angel of the Lord camp around about them that fear him, because it's particular spirits on planet Earth that are destined for salvation. But those are the ones that actually know about it. But it's through the scriptures, through the doctrine. This is the outlet. You know, the only outlet, the only way to salvation. You know, Yahweh Shai, and is in through this doctrine, but it's gonna physically manifest, man. You know, it's gonna go into its perfection when it's scriptures concerning the famine and the elect being delivered from it. See, that scripture is gonna come in mind, and that's gonna actually grow, and it's gonna manifest it to you. Somehow you ain't why the other motherfucker they stomach touching their back, man. You know? So going back, this is Daniel 12 and 1 again. Says, at that time shall Micah stand up, the great prince, with standard for the children of thy people, see, which is the elect. Because this is the time where it said the children, because this is going to be that latter generation when these things take place. This is that generation. And it says of thy people, which is really the elect in this time. That's the Lord's people. You know, as a whole, you know, is Israel, but you got the Israel of the Most High. That's who the Lord is remembering in this lifetime. Those are the ones who's going to be delivered in this time. And that's why we hope to be a part of that number, because those are the only ones that's going to still be here when the smoke, clear, and dust settle, man. So that's why we hope to be a part of that number. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. So this time period can't be compared to what the Lord is going to do in this time. Now you might have a gauge. You might look at 70 AD. You might look at these certain major crises that took place throughout history, you know. But it's just a prelude of that was just a sample size of what the Lord is going to do here, man, in this time, especially in the land of America. We about to see these plagues be witnessed in its perfection, man. So the balance is what the deliverance as well, man. The Lord is he's gonna top that destruction with that deliverance, man. You know. So carnality is going to be taken out of it. It says, and at that time, thy people shall be delivered. See, everyone that shall be found written in the book. See, abide in Yahweh Shai. You know, written in Yahweh Shai, which is the elect. It says in the book, and that's the safe house as well, man. You know, that's the safe haven. Is abiding in this truth. That's the pavilion of the Lord. Matter of fact, let's get that in the book of what's that? The book of Psalms. I think it's 27. Bear with me. The book of Psalms. It's like Psalms chapter 27. And matter of fact, I'll start at 1. And I'm going to jump down. Let's get the point. Psalm 27 and 1. It says, the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, is my light and my salvation. See? Because it's the Lord, you know, had mercy on us to give us the truth. Now we have a certain outlook, which is you know, through the lenses of prophecy, is served as a light. So now we know where we at on this journey. You know, the Lord is guiding us. And now we see things that's ahead of us. And that's what's going to contribute to our salvation. If you didn't see that ditch in front of you, you're going to suffer the consequences, you know, of not knowing and falling into it, man. But if you have the light to see what's before you, now you can avoid it, you know. It says, and that would lead you. Now you have escaped from falling into the pit because of the light, man. which is this truth. It says, whom shall I fear? The Lord Yahweh Shema Shah is the strength of my life. Or who shall I be afraid? Yeah, because it's the Lord that's dictating the coming and goings, man. You know, the Lord, he promised destruction, but that also means he have promised deliverance. He have set a course for certain spirits to be led on the path of destruction, and vice versa. He is certain spirits, which is the elect, particular spirits on the planet Earth, that have been set on the course to the path of deliverance, man. You know. So, matter of fact, this whole thing, man. I continue on. Matter of fact, it says, when the wicked, even my enemies, and my foes came up to eat me, up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. See? So that's the time we come into where this man is about to come and try to devour us, man. It tells you the ones that have the testimony of Yahushua, those that speak upright, the upright in heart. That's who this man really going to come after, man. And those are the ones that's going to be defended. Why? Because those are the ones that's written in the book that has have embarked on that journey to deliverance. And it's by the way of this truth, man. This is that outlet out of this place, out of America, from that destruction. It starts by the way of this word. That's why I said, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. This is what's going to contribute to it. When the precept come to mind for this, it's a scenario that you're going to be in that a precept is going to keep you, man. Then it's going to physically manifest. It's going back to the famine. Isaiah 65 tells you that my servant is going to eat, but ye shall be hungry. So that means this is a scenario that's going to play out where that precept is going to manifest. It tells you during the famine and destruction, you're going to laugh. So what kind of spirit you going to be in? What kind of condition the Lord have put you in? The way you in that spirit of laughing, during a famine, during destruction. That's the outlet. It's Yahweh Shema Shai. He's the way to relief. This is the beginning stages of it, but it's going to grow in its perfection by us being delivered from these said perils, and ultimately when our Lord Yahweh shall return and bring the ultimate relief. It tells you He's going to bring healing in His wings. Well, this is the road to it. This is the path to that, man. But it says they stumbled and fell. So when this devil come down on great wrath, the Lord's going to set up where he's going to stumble and fall. The Lord is going to confound this man. His standard is going to be lifted up against him. That divine intervention. It says, though an host shall encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. See? Though war shall rise against me, in this will I be confident. The faith, see, that's when the faith is going to really, see, our faith is going to be tested, man. And you're going to know then that you're in the right position. That what you believed and hoped and teached and, spent your time, energy into was right. Because if the Lord have you in that predicament where the truth do come get you, that actually is going to boost your faith, man. First thing you're going to think about, Revelation 12, He's going to come down in great wrath, Then you're going to think about the deliverance part of that as well. That those proud waters, the Lord's going to deliver us from that, man. But it says it said though a host shall encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. See, so that's gonna be the first thing to go for a lot of people, man, because their doctrine wasn't anticipating these troublesome times. See, a nigga he's a Muslim, whatever you want to call it, or a nigga that's in the black conscious movement, or an atheist, their doctrine, their outlook on things, the channel they looking at through the lenses of life, whatever you want to call it, they're not anticipating. They don't have the answers for the times of trouble. Nigga might have answers when he late on his bill, but a nigga don't have the answers when those grocery stores are not open. Nigga don't have an answer when they see that damn Pokemon, eating their little cousin or something, man. But his doctrine do. That's why it says you're not going to fear. And it says when you do war, in this we're going to be confident, man. So this truth is the outlet, man. Keep us in the mind. Because that's like our Lord Yahweh Shai prophesied that pretty much men's heart going to fail them for fear for the things that's coming on the earth. So these is going to come from on high, and these earthly doctrines is not going to mess it. They ultimately going to be consumed by these things, man. But the ones that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai have been anticipating this. You know, it says, one thing have I desired of the Lord, that I will seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire of his temple. So, and that's really abiding in this truth, man. Stand in this truth, man. You know, the Lord to keep us, to continue to shine his face upon us, man. Which is this knowledge, man, this understanding, man. Because this is going back to Isaiah quoting Isaiah 33. This is the strength of salvation. This is what's going to contribute to our salvation, man. Because this is like that seed, and it's going to grow in its perfection till you. It's going to actually manifest into you how it shot, man. You know, but it's a build up, you know, by the way of us escaping the philosophies of this devil, and it's going to actually grow into escaping the sword, to the climax of the destruction, man. But it starts by the way of this word. It says, but that's the thing you desire. We have all desire in the spirit. And that's why I said the Lord have given it the generation and generation. Truth is going to return to them that practice in her. Because this is really an inheritance. This understanding, man. You know? This the point right here, verse 5. Psalms chapter 27, verse 5. It says, for in the time of trouble, he shall hide me in his pavilion. See? In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. See, and that's the climax. That rock is going to be that chariot, man. That's the climax to it, you know. But that being this safe house, this truth is like a safe house, man. It tells you that in the book of Isaiah, the 4th chapter, that covert from storm and from rain, from the heat, you know. That's what this word do, man. So going back, Psalms chapter 121, and 1 again, it says, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. See, so that's from on high. It says, my help cometh from the Lord, Yahweh Shai, which made heavens and earth. So it's the Lord that dictates the comings and goings of men. You know, so how would you, you're going to get something from the earthly realm to protect you from something that's coming from on high, man. It's not going to work. Our hope is that the Lord, you know, deliver us. Oh, matter of fact, going back, Psalms 124, just going back, I'm going to jump down to the last verse, verse 8. It says, our help is in the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, who have made heaven and earth. So it says, our help is in the name of the Lord, which that name going to his reputation, you know, pretty much. But that goal is that doctrine, man. It's the teachings, man. The report. Because it's the true teachings of Yahweh Shai. Because part of that song is the MOTB. You know, part of that song is, you know, World War III, the destruction, as well as the Lord doing these miraculous works. That's what we hope in. That's our help. You know, the Lord making good on his word. And the Lord, he's doing it now. We seeing it now. The promises are being met, man. You know? So I'm going to wrap it up with this in the book of Sirach, chapter 51. And in verse 7, because just going back, the only outlet is Yahweh Shai. He is the outlet, you know, in the time of trouble. Because everything, that's why I said the day of the Lord is going to be darkness and not light. It's going to be a grim day for a lot of people. Pretty much everyone is outside of the circle, man. So this is the book of Sirach 51 verse 7. It said, they compass me on every side. See? And there was no man to help me. So going back, it says they compassed me on every side, and there was no man to help me. So going back, it's not going to be no outlet. And it said no man, meaning nothing carnal that's going to deliver you, man. It's nothing carnal that's going to help you in this time. Matter of fact, it says, I looked for the succor of man, but there was none. See, the aid of men, such as guns. That shit ain't gonna work in a time trouble. Nigga might get a few K's here and now, but eventually he gonna run out of bullets. Eventually his gun is gonna jam, or he might get hit before he hit someone. So that's not gonna prevail. The beans and rice, the different canned goods. The Lord can set up his maggots in that shit. You thought you had a formula to keep your head above water. It's not gonna work. Those are the different aids of men. But it said there was none. Nothing that's going to prevail carnal, anything in this earthly realm to keep us from these troublesome times. Only Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But the entrance to that is this word. You got to be in the know. This is that glimmer of hope. That's why I said that day of the Lord is dark, because these people, they're not going to have no answer. It's going to be sorrows on every side. That's why we look on high for our help. It says, then thought I upon thy mercy, O Lord, and upon thy acts. Oh, see? Thought. It's going back to the mind itself. Because just going back, these people going to lose it. Because their doctrine wasn't anticipating these things to come. But I do. And we're going to think upon the mercy of the Lord. We're going to think about the miraculous works of the Lord concerning the men of old. Matter of fact, continue on. It says, how thou deliverest such as wait for thee, and savest them out of the hands of the enemies. See? Then lifted up I my supplications from the earth, and prayed for deliverance from death. See? So that's our hope. Not pick up a chopper. These different corner outlets. The outlet is Yahweh Shem Yahushai through this truth, man. And everything else gonna fall in line, man. Like I said, if you think about the precepts concerning the famine, that right there that's gonna start a sequence of events, and eventually now you ain't. But it started by thinking upon that precept, and it in those supplications gonna be met, man. The prayers are gonna be heard. It says, matter of fact, let me finish off verse 10. It says, I called upon the Lord, the Father of my Lord, that he would not leave me in the days of my trouble, in the time of the proud, when there was no help. See? So in the time of the proud concerning the Edomites, it said, when there was no help, nothing carnal, man. It says, I will praise thy name continually, and sing praise with thanksgiving, and so my prayer was heard. See? So the Lord is going to hear our prayers, man. I tell you, we're going to speedily ask for the Lord to speedily, because that's going to intensify as well. We hastening the day when all hell break loose, that spirit going to ramp up as well. But just going back, the outlet is Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. So yeah, I just hope to edify and like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, the teachers word in all true faith and sincerity. DTA, a Bible Bible. Soon, very soon.